Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. We are going to be using the Suzuki GSX-R 1000 from 2003 I think it was, and we are going to be riding in Oulton Park for the Island Circuit, so the smaller variation in the middle. So into turn 1 we're having a bit of contact, actually no, maybe a little bit. Surprised that you get through on the AI on 120% difficulty without a little bit of bumping and grinding. So to the left hand side for Cascades we go. Quite strong in acceleration there. It's been playing a lot of Superbike and MotoGP. I can feel the bike's actually a bit more sensitive than what I've been used to. Look at the Kawasaki getting a bit aggressive, shoving the MV a little bit wide going into turn 4, but smart move from Casey Walker, but it didn't really come off, so the Kawasaki is still there down in 4th position. So we've now claimed over at 4th spot and into the brakes going into Hizzies. Looks like the Kawasaki really wants to push us and really take that position, but unable to do so at this stage of the Grand Prix. Now, of course, we're going to be doing 7 laps here, and if I didn't mention already, we are using a stock Suzuki GSX-R 1000 from 2003. Oh, I thought about a move going into the right-hand side there for Takeru Muramoto, but I think that would have been a bit too ambitious. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my time with this one. I'm not going to rush. I don't see the point of rushing or doing anything too drastic. Right now we're just going to follow the AI and just see how they get on, because I'm pretty certain when we want to do it we can really pull that pin and go for it. But now into turn 1 for the Old Hall corner, closing in on the Japanese rider. It's currently a British ride on the lead with a Brazilian and then a Japanese in 3rd position. So a little bit deep into Cascades, the Japanese rider will have the inside line on board the F4, it might be the F4 1000, but the MV Augusta. Look at Alberto Duarte Pedrosa getting a bit of contact there into the Hayabusa, and he's gone down. Oh, goodness me, get that man a penalty. Get him off the track immediately. That was egregious. He pushed the Hayabusa, it went wide, and then the big lumping heap of metal that is the Suzuki Hayabusa got launched into the distance. Wow, that was a really interesting moment to start this Grand Prix. Of course, only a lap 2 of 7, and it's already kicking off. So Alberto Duarte Pedroso should be receiving a penalty. If I get close to him, I think I'll be launching my own attack on the Brazilian, because that was just unfair. Right on my compatriot as he was sent out of the race. We're now going into the right-hand side. You've got to be careful if you want to overtake here. I'm not going to go for it. Look at that, the AI getting a bit of extra power upon the brakes. Last of the late breakers is the Japanese AI in Ride 4, apologies. So we're now going into turn 1. Can I get through? That's a late move. Oh, a bit of contact. Pushed Muramoto out of the way. So I'll tell you what, that was an unfair lunge, unfair move. Let Muramoto take the position back. I'm honestly really not phased by the AI in this one. I'm pretty certain I can catch them up. And of course, guys, if you are enjoying the content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It does help out the channel, and we're not that far away from 8,000 subscribers now, so I would appreciate it if you could help me out with that small little task. And of course, important for you guys as well, because it keeps you inundated with lots and lots of bike content. And of course, with Ride 5 being right round the corner, just what, 9 days remaining, you better believe I'm going to be covering that in some major detail, so definitely get yourself subscribed. But anyway, back to the action. We've completed Hizzies, we've completed the Knickerbrook corner. Now our opportunity is to tackle the 2 riders ahead of us. I think they're actually wearing the same outfit as I've just noticed now as well. Goodness me, into the water tower. Just touching the curb there in the rumble strip just sent us off a little bit. It's not really a problem, but you're going to have to be careful there. Don't fancy crashing here in Oulton. It's not a track you really want to crash. You don't want to crash anywhere, but not Oulton. The walls and the barriers are very close by, so yeah, try and avoid crashing here in Oulton. But I tell you what, let's do a rehearsal into turn 1. Can we get the move stuck this time? Yes, Muramoto, he was aware of what we're going to do, and he gladly gave us the space. So that's a much better overtake compared to the first one. I'm glad that I redid that one rather than trying to take advantage of pushing him wide. So back onto the power. We're trying to get the slipstream, but I like the inside line here to then move over to the left and then brake really, really late going into turn 4, going for that wider angle to try and bring on the power. Not able to close down on the Brazilian yet. Of course, don't forget, this is the guy who took out the Hayabusa a moment ago. But look at that on the brakes, using everything on board the Suzuki right there, and that puts us into the lead. Already 0.6 of a second quicker than the man in second. I think this one might be a done deal, you know, 1.3 seconds quicker we are. Now, I guess the previous lap we did have to take avoiding action to give Morimoto the position back, so I guess that's why that's a little bit misleading, but still 1.3 seconds quicker into the second split, and still 3 seconds quicker going into the final sector, which I guess is actually only 2 or 3 sectors here, so it's not actually 4 because it isn't long enough. But anyway, to the left hand side we go, and across the line it is a 1:19.167 with 3 laps remaining. I think I'll go for it. Let's make this interesting, boys and girls. Let's really pile on the fast lap times now. I don't think we can get to a 1:17, but you better believe I'm going to get into the 1:18s. That's a fact. That will be a guarantee by the end of today's video. But onto the brakes again, into turn 4. This is the tight apex. It's actually a nice apex when you get it done right, but it's not a patch on the full version of Oulton. It's a great version of the circuit, but it's not quite the same as the full track. But I fancy doing something different today, and I must mention that this was a video suggestion by Alex Barragon, our DrAce channel member. Now, I didn't do it quite exactly what he asked, because I did the video before he replied to the second comment, but actually was supposed to be doing a 600cc stock here in Oulton Park. So, Alex, if you fancy it, I can come back and do it again, but this time with a 600 of your choice. But honestly, I really enjoyed just using the 1000cc of the Suzuki, a bike that I've actually never used before here in Ride 4, with the stock tyres. It's a trend I'm doing now a lot in Ride 4, and I really like it. I like the stock tyres. It makes things much more interesting. So across the line, that was a 1:19.073. I am disappointed. I expected us to get into the 1:18s on that lap, but unfortunately didn't quite work out. Not so ideal for me right now. So into Cascades we go. Time's just gone 3:30 here in Oulton Park. Just 40 minutes away from where I'm recording this, as a matter of fact. So onto the brakes we go. And back into the right hand side for turn 4. That's a nice apex. Nice up on the acceleration. We must avoid the wheelie though a little bit. It's sort of bouncing ever so slightly, but it's not going to cost us too much time. So onto the brakes again, going into Hizzies. Nice and tight to the first apex. The same can be said for the second. And then back into the Knickerbrook for the 6th time of asking. I have a good feeling. Oh, it's a cracking lap. It's a 0.5 of a second sector time improvement. That's stunning. Onto the right hand side. Oh, lost a little bit of confidence going into Druids, but it's okay. Nothing to be upset about or to get too hell-bent on. Still up by 0.5 second going into the hard braking point of Lodge Corner. And now into... Oh! Ho, ho! Just ever so slightly too aggressive on the acceleration. Across the line, it is the 1:18. It's a 1:18.371. Wow. Maybe a 1:17 wasn't too far away from the idea today. And of course, guys, if you haven't had enough of Ride 4 content just yet, I do have a video coming out very soon where I tackled the Northwest 200 with also a video suggestion. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that video. It was actually really fun, and I did around 6-something laps in Northwest without stopping. It was pretty fun, so definitely check it out. They'll be coming out this week at some point. So anyway, back onto the acceleration. Just notice that front tyre is glowing red. Look, oh, it's not quite as red going into Hizzies, but I honestly expected it to be. Oh, there it is. Little tomato tyre as we now go into the Knickerbrook for the final time of asking. And we are up by 1/10 of a second. Never say die, never say never. I'm still going to keep on pushing to potentially get the 1:17 lap time. It's whoa! Yep, okay, maybe now we're not going to get it. Maybe, perhaps, now we won't be getting that. But anyway, I've really enjoyed this, and I hope you guys did too. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below as we now cross the line victorious in Ride 4 once again. But yes, guys, as I mentioned, thanks for watching. I do appreciate you watching the video and enjoying it. If you did like it, of course, be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing as well, and maybe even share it with your friends too. But upon that note, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Ciao for now. Oh, hi! Didn't quite see you there. good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.